The 5-minute lie. You ever notice how simple tasks somehow take 3 hours now? You sit down to finish one thing, a funny Instagram reel shared by your friend. You tell yourself, let me take a break for 5 minutes. 2 hours in, you are now watching a guy building an underground bunker. You didn't decide to lose focus. Your brain just followed the most attractive getaway. Everyone says the same thing. Just focus. Just be disciplined. But here's the uncomfortable truth. Most people physically cannot sit with a problem long enough to solve it anymore. Not because they're lazy, because their brain has been trained to quit thinking early. The people who succeed in hard fields, engineering, startups, research, even competitive gaming, share one rare skill. They stay with the problem longer than everyone else. That's the difference between the 1% and the rest. So let's break down what actually happens when you try to focus and why almost everyone quits right before the breakthrough. The early exit reflex. Here's the first problem. Your brain hates unsolved problems. The moment something feels difficult, your brain starts scanning for an exit. Open a new tab, check messages, scroll something. Anything that removes the discomfort. Think about when you try to debug a piece of code. You stare at the screen. Nothing works. 5 minutes later, you think, maybe I should check this on YouTube. YouTube becomes Reddit. Reddit becomes Instagram. But the people in the top 1% don't escape early. They sit there longer than is comfortable. Okay, moving on. The friction wall. Every real problem has a moment where progress slows down. This is the friction wall. Gym example. The first few reps are easy. Then suddenly your muscles start shaking. Most people stop there, but the actual progress happens after the wall. The same thing happens when thinking. Your brain goes, this is annoying. Let's quit or come back later. The 1% go, good, I'm closer than I was. Because friction means you're actually thinking. And what's worse, the solution to the problem usually lies right in front of your eyes. The scroll escape. Modern apps are designed to rescue you from effort. Every scroll gives a tiny, unpredictable reward. Maybe funny, maybe interesting, maybe nothing. And it requires zero thinking. That effortless randomness keeps you pulling again and again. It's basically the same mechanism used in slot machines, except the jackpot is another video. Solving a problem might take an hour. Scrolling takes 1 second. Guess what your brain picks? Exactly. The 20-minute breakthrough. Here's something interesting. Many breakthroughs happen after long frustration. Scientists talk about this constantly. You wrestle with a problem. Nothing works. Then suddenly, the solution appears. That moment feels like magic, but it's not magic. Your brain needed time to explore possibilities. If you leave every 5 minutes, you never reach that stage. You only experience the confusion part, never the solution part, which is why most people think they're bad at thinking. They simply never stay long enough. Okay, last part. The 1% habit. The real habit of the 1% is surprisingly simple. They refuse to leave the problem too early. Not superhuman discipline, just stubborn patience. When something doesn't work, they stay. They test another idea, then another, then another, while everyone else already opened 5 tabs and forgot what they were doing. That's the difference. Become that 1%. So next time you feel the urge to switch tabs, stay for 10 more minutes, then another 10. You are closer to the solution every 10 minutes than you think. And here's the funny part. You just sat here and focused on this video for about 5 minutes. Which already puts you closer to that group than most people scrolling right now.
So, if this actually made you think a little, like the video, drop a comment, and subscribe. Let's see how many of us can make it into that 1%.